Hello and welcome. Today is Thursday, the 15th of April 2021, and we are live on air bringing you the morning update to precede the continuation of parliamentary proceedings. You would recall that the Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Growth, Job Creation, External Affairs and the Public Service, Honorable Alan Chastney, did table the appropriations bill for 2021-2022 on Tuesday earlier this week, and it continues. The budget debates will continue today. So far, I've seen the member for Ancillary Canneries, Honorable Dominic Fady, quite often punctual. We continue to wait on their arrival and the start of this morning's parliamentary proceedings. In the meantime, as I said, the morning update. My name is Jessie Leonce, and we have quite a few updates to bring to you this morning. COVID-19, a statement from the Ministry of Health also on an unfortunate incident at the Respiratory Hospital. We also have a Volcano update. We continue to keep watch on La Soufrière and also admonish the general public to donate whatever they can in cash or kind through NEMO to the people who have been affected in St. Vincent. And we have an update, a report from the St. Lucia Marketing Board. You would know by now, hopefully, that there has been temporary relocation of their central operation to the center of the Castries market. So we'll have the details to that and more coming up on the other end of this break. Do stay with us.
Vigilance publique là, fait wolo, parler en place publique, qu'on bol en main, base, ti boutique, changer, distance sociale, 6 pieds, rodion à l'autre. I ka travail tan, si ou senti ko pas cordial, quarantine ko, pas en contact et puis l'autre, en cas où te toi pe exposé. C'est un écouillé, free one ou ben n'importe clinique yo pou. Les pays a dimi à clé, ça veut dire les supermarkets, pharmacies et puis ATM, yo accessible avant c'était souhait. Pays à clé en plein, ça veut dire tout bagay fermé à 24 heures. Servi protocole comme sorti par bureau indication santé. Nous tout ensemble, ça sauve vers mine corona. Si nous tous servi Jidla à toutes les.
Together let us win this war. St. Lucia be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just joining, I'd like to let you in. We are coming from the Parliament building, coming to you live from the Parliament building in downtown Castries today. Of course, my colleagues have been guiding you through the parliamentary proceedings in the last 2 days or so. And I'm here this morning bringing you the morning update to precede the session for today, Thursday, the 15th of April 2021. If you're joining us on air, online, good morning to you residents from St. Lucia, St. Lucians in the diaspora, well-wishers globally. Thank you so much for tuning in, checking in on St. Lucia's welfare. And we get on to the updates. St. Lucia is recording a few new cases of COVID-19 as well as recoveries. We have 11 recoveries being registered in the last update from the Department of Health and Wellness, as well as 4 new cases of COVID-19. These newly diagnosed individuals were seen at various community respiratory clinics where they were assessed and tested for COVID-19, asked to remain isolated. Now that they've been confirmed as positive, the 4 individuals, the arrangements have been made to place these individuals into isolation. The contact tracing process is also now underway for these individuals. We're now seeing the total number of cases in country, active number of cases in country being reduced another day, now down to 94, thankfully. Presently, one of the active cases is requiring critical care, however, at the Respiratory Hospital. The new cases bring the total number of cases that have been registered since March last year to 4,371. Now, as of the 13th of April, that was Tuesday, 23,345 individuals received their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and 15 individuals received their second dose. So today, if you're wondering where you can get vaccinated, and I just want to read out the locations for you, you can go to get vaccinated at the Philip Marslake grounds or the Darren Sammy cricket grounds, both a north and south option for the convenience of the general population. But you are encouraged prior to arriving at those locations to get pre-registered. Go on to hmi.govt.lc and sign on there. And if you don't have access to an online platform, you can let your nearest nurse at a community wellness center nearest to you, let them know that you're interested in getting vaccinated so that they can make arrangements for you to be pre-registered on your behalf. Tomorrow, Friday, if there is space in your schedule and you're interested in getting vaccinated, the vaccinations will be happening at the Jack Mel Wellness Center, the Philip Marslake grounds, and the Darren Sammy cricket grounds. And then on Saturday, the VG Sports Complex will be facilitating vaccination. So please take note of that schedule. And they are open and operating from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. So that is the latest update. There's a special target happening right now. You would recall in prior phases, the prior phase of the national vaccine campaign, the Department of Health and Wellness would have focused on persons from the tourism sector, focused on influential individuals to get some buy-in for the general public. At this time, as we're seeing, a school is set to reopen come Monday, the 19th of April. Principals, teachers, ancillary staff of schools island-wide are being encouraged to get vaccinated in order to be able to welcome the kids back to school. Also, the transportation sectors right now are being targeted, and tourism and commercial continue to be targeted at this time so that we can bring back our country to some sense of normalcy. Keep in mind that vaccination is one of the factors on St. Lucia coming back to a slow and steady recovery from the effects in the past year of this pandemic. And with that, we want to come to a statement coming from the Department of Health and Wellness, just wrapping up the COVID-19 news there as well as the vaccination update. We have a statement coming from the medical chief over at the OKEU VH hospitals. So do take a look at this statement coming from that department. Take a look. I lost my paper. Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford, mine.
Today, on the 14th of April, we found the body of a male patient hanging within one of the wards at the Respiratory Hospital. This 54-year-old patient was admitted on the 12th of April at around 9 o'clock, and we last saw him alive at around 3 a.m. this morning, 3:30. We noticed that he had passed away, or he was hanging. His body was hanging at around 5:30 minutes to 6 this morning. We are working with our clinical team as well as the police and the family members to find out exactly what happened, and therefore the investigation is ongoing. Meanwhile, we are working, and we want the public to know that we continue to work together to ensure that the patients that come to the hospital receive the best care that we have available to them.
A brief statement coming from Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford, Medical Director at OKEU VH, and she did speak on the patient passing, the patient at the Respiratory Hospital being found dead. That is the official word from the Department of Health and Wellness. We now want to continue with our updates, a look at the volcanic situation, of course, for St. Lucia. The respiratory health alert has been issued due to poor air quality as a result of the ashfall. Also, the Saharan dust to be taken into consideration as well. We've seen this being experienced here in St. Lucia following volcanic eruptions in St. Vincent. The encouragement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness is that you protect your health remain indoors as much as possible at this time. But if you must go out, remember to protect your body, protect how you breathe in by wearing a face mask covering over your nose, your mouth, and chin. Wear long clothing to protect your skin, because even that can be irritated as well due to the ashfall. And if you do have on hand some goggles, you can wear that, or your glasses to protect your eyes. I've been hearing quite a few people indicating that they have some eye irritation as well. We are not experiencing the ashfall to the extent as neighboring Barbados is, but we definitely do have some areas of visibility, low visibility, as well as poor air quality overall. And we do hope that you're able to protect yourself until this comes to an end. The update from the La Soufrière volcano: seismic activity at the volcano continues to follow the established pattern, with bands of tremor about between 13 to 15 hours per part, separated by swarms of long period earthquakes. The latest band of tremor started at about 2:30 a.m. this morning and was associated with increased venting. The volcano continues to erupt explosively and has now begun to generate pyroclastic density currents as hot as 200 degrees to 700 degrees Celsius, ground hugging flows of ash and debris. Its current pattern of explosions appear to be episodic, with increasing periods between eruptions and less energy. Explosions and accompanying ashfall of similar or larger magnitude are likely to continue to occur over the next few days, impacting St. Vincent and the neighboring islands. The volcano continues to be at alert level red, and just hearing the word from Dr. Robertson, that is the geologist who is on the ground at the Belmont Observatory in St. Vincent observing the volcanic activity, he has indicated that at this time the volcanic situation is evolving. We're seeing the pyroclastic flow going into the valleys and getting to the coast and affecting some coastal areas that were not in the initial red zone. And so more St. Vincentians are becoming displaced as a result of the increased pyroclastic flow, which we know is devastating and is the greatest hazard when it comes to volcanic activity. We do continue to pray, and our thoughts go out to the individuals in St. Vincent at this time. Meanwhile, here in St. Lucia, precautionary measures due to the La Soufrière volcano continue to come from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. There was a press conference held just yesterday, and of course they did indicate that certain considerations have to be taken in. Gases such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and sulfur dioxide combined with water vapor in the atmosphere are forming sulfurous and sulfuric acid, which can form a toxic mixture compromising the air quality, which when inhaled can be harmful to humans and animals. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has indicated, informing its citizens that the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano in St. Vincent, the proximity of the two countries presents a potential for negative impacts, particularly to the south and southwestern sections of St. Lucia. Many of us know people, have friends, relatives down in the south who've been indicating that there is a significant amount of ashfall being experienced, no different to what was experienced in 1979 when La Soufrière and St. Vincent last erupted. Sulfuric acids of sulfurous forms, which can form a toxic mixture compromising the air quality, can be harmful to humans and animals. We encourage you, as I mentioned earlier, to take all the precautionary measures as much as possible. Stay indoors as much as possible, to especially persons with respiratory conditions. If you have to go out, ensure that you're wearing a face mask covering your face, or a damp cloth. Protect your eyes to avoid irritation. Keep your windows and doors closed where possible. Secure your water storage facilities to prevent contamination from volcanic ash. Also ensure that you have an additional supply of water in the home for at least 3 days. Wash fruits and vegetables thoroughly before consuming. And if you have sensitive skin, you should cover your skin where possible to avoid and prevent irritation. So that's the word coming from the Department of Health and Wellness. Also, in terms of playing our part, donations are being received by NEMO, that is the National Emergency Management Organization, on behalf of the displaced people in St. Vincent. They are accepting monetary donations at the various banks here on island. That's First National Bank, Republic Bank of St. Lucia, as well as First Caribbean International Bank. and they're also accepting kind. So if you cannot put money but you have some supplies that you've purchased, so you can make available at Nemo's office in Bize or at the nearest post office, the local post offices. So non-perishable food items, water, baby formula, baby cereal, baby diapers, adult diapers, feminine products, and sanitizing products. You can also, if you have the space and you've been sufficiently blessed, you can indicate to the government of St. Lucia via a form that we have on the govt.lc website. Indicate your interest in perhaps accommodating a Vincentian family. More and more Vincentians are becoming displaced due to the volcanic activity, and we don't know how things will turn. The Prime Minister has indicated that accommodation has been prepared for 300 displaced Vincentians to be evacuated and brought over to St. Lucia. But of course, taking into consideration the need of St. Vincent as well as our ability to accommodate, it might increase. And so as much help, as many resources as possible are looking to be pulled together to be of value, as much value as possible to the individuals affected. We continue with our updates this morning. A report from the St. Lucia Marketing Board. Of course,
the restructuring of the St. Lucia Marketing Board is being
they have been moved on over to the central location of the Castries Market, while their original location is being reconstructed. So we now go to this report coming from Herma Demac with this update. Take a look.
The restructuring of the St. Lucia Marketing Board is being realized with significant strides made in attaining self-sustainability and profitability. This was highlighted in a recent opening ceremony of the temporary location of the board's retail outlet. This relocation to a central area of the Castries Market allows for the reconstruction of the entity's primary location on Jabata Street. Accountant of the St. Lucia Marketing Board, Teresa Daisy, reflects on some of the organization's successes during the restructuring process.
It must also be noted that in 2013, our dear Minister, the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, began working on the restructuring of the St. Lucia Marketing Board. And during this time, the Minister saw the need to construct a building in Otsa to house the St. Lucia Marketing Board's administrative, accounts, wholesale, purchasing department. More recently, a park house was also commissioned. All these were done in keeping with the idea of the St. Lucia Marketing Board functioning as a central clearinghouse for the marketing of agricultural produce.
Parliamentary Representative for Castries Central, Honorable Sarah Flood Bobre, applauded the progress made by the St. Lucia Marketing Board, noting that the entity is as important as it was when established in 1967.
We live in a world where we have come to see how absolutely crucial it is for us to be self-sufficient, how absolutely important it is for us to be healthy. The one thing that the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us is the absolute importance of health, and the fact that health starts with healthy eating. And the issue of food security is so important for nations to be able to sustain themselves. So I just want to say, as parliamentary representative, how cognizant I am of the role of the St. Lucia Marketing Board.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Aaron Felix, speaking at the opening ceremony, says not only does the move to the temporary location facilitate construction of infrastructure to aid with growth, this will also lead to the realization of the vision of the company.
We want a vision where farmers have greater market access and sales, where the company is the hub for sales and distribution, a vision where local produce is exported consistently and where there is sustainable profit. That is what we want for the marketing board. We want to implore the management and board to commence the rebranding of the marketing board. There was a business plan produced specifically to move and drive the marketing board forward, extract the elements and components that are relevant to the delivery of that growth and implement them.
The Ministry of Agriculture says it will continue to work with the St. Lucia Marketing Board to reach its maximum potential. From the Government Information Service, Herma Demac reporting.
Thank you, Homer, for that report. We've come to the end of our morning update as we come to you live from the Parliament building in downtown Castries. That report there coming from Homer, with major advancements being made in the repositioning of the St. Lucia Marketing Board. The location, the entity has been temporarily relocated as its decades-old Jean-Baptiste Street home undergoes reconstruction. So please take note of that. If you want to patronize, you can go on into a more central location at about the center of the Castries market to make your purchases from the marketing board. We are seeing more and more members of parliament arriving and getting seated for the budget debate continuing today, Thursday the 15th of April. I see the member for Babino, Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, also the member for Grosselet, and also we had the member for Ancillary Canneries here just earlier. So more and more are coming in for today's proceedings. So do stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we take you back to studio until the start of the House of Assembly sittings today.